Hi, I'm here today with Maite Aranzábal, which is a professor of marketing at IE Business School, and she's an expert in distribution channels. So she's going to help us introduce the distribution channel strategy that, as you know, is part of the marketing mix and, of course, part of the marketing plan. Hi, Maite, how are you?
Hi, Ramon. Very well.
I would like to ask you today, what do you consider necessary when putting together a marketing plan concerning the distribution channel and retailing strategy?
Okay, first of all, I want to explain the role of the marketing channels. No? They do perform a role of moving products and services from the manufacturers to the clients or end consumers. So there are at least 4 aspects that we need to consider. The first one, we need to start with the customer needs. What do they want? Afterwards, we have to establish our objectives. What do we expect from our channels? Then we need to set, or we need to find out what are the alternatives that we have. And finally, of course, we have to evaluate.
Good. So it's going to be an interesting journey to define the distribution channel strategy. My second question would be, is there a checklist that we can define of things that you have to consider when doing the distribution channel strategy in a marketing plan?
Okay, we have always to remember that we have to know to whom we want to make accessible this type of products or services. Then, if we have to set up the objectives, we have to take into account the nature of our company, what type of products we have, also how is the environment, the type of competitors we may have. Mm-hmm. And when we start to think about the alternatives, we need to consider at least 3 aspects. The number of channels that we can use, so in that case, having many channels can have advantages because the reach can be big, but it has the disadvantages that we can have conflicts. Mm-hmm. So we have to find out what's an equilibrium. So there may be like several levels or number of channels, and this can be also direct or indirect. So we have to consider also this aspect. If depending on the type of customer that we have, we will have to decide how they are going to be. And there is another issue to consider also is that if we are going to have channels where we have not only many intermediaries, but we are going to have a very extensive distribution, so then we are talking about intensive, or if it's going to be something very exclusive. And we also have to decide what are going to be the terms and responsibilities. If we are going to have a pricing policy, the level of service that we should give, the territory exclusivity that we should have. And when we talk about evaluation, we need to evaluate it at least in 3 aspects. The economical aspects, if we achieve or not our results, the control issues, should we give more control to our intermediaries or not? And there is a 3rd aspect that now is becoming more important, that is the adaptability, because channels and companies, we are becoming much more global. So it's very important that since the distribution channels are usually long-term, to make sure that they can adapt over the time.
Okay, so it seems like this is going to be a long-term decision, so it's better to think carefully and consider all the things that Maite was mentioning when deciding the distribution channel strategy. One final question, just give us some ideas about trends in the distribution channel and retailing strategy that should consider when doing a marketing plan.
Okay, there is some of them that they are trends that are general trends, not only in distribution. One of them, of course, is internet. It's changing everything. And it's not only that it's a distribution channel, also we are using internet in many other aspects that are helping the companies. We have another issue that is, of course, the client. We are in the age of the customer. Mm-hmm. So we have to always focus on what the customer wants, and we have to satisfy this customer. We have the data, so we have to be able to use that data to get good insights our customers. Mm-hmm. Of course, with all these changes, there are another 2 issues. That one, of course, is globalization. We are going everywhere, expanding everywhere, and even the sourcing we are getting, it comes from different countries. And we need a new culture. Mm-hmm. And this culture is also related with the responsibility that companies want, and even the customers with the environment. And the final one could be the operations. From the operational point of view, if we mix it with technology and internet, there are also big changes going on.
Good.
And there is one very important thing that I want to tell you just to summarize. No? We have to always think first in the consumer, and then we will be able to design the adequate channel to distribute them the products and services.
Good, interesting trends, and I think a very interesting discussion. Thank you, Maite. And if you want to know more, if you want to explore more the distribution channel and retailing strategies, I advise you that we have another course, which is Distribution Channel and Retailing, which is part of the marketing mix implementation specialization that I think would be very interesting, like I was saying, if you want to know more about this specific field. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramon.